What's up, guys? Ray from Apple Valley Astrologer. So I'm currently working on some associations with the 12th house and Neptune and Pisces, and as you can see by my excessive amounts of notes I have going on here. So I have noticed that I'm on a couple of social forums for people who are into astrology or occultists or other astrologers online, and I noticed that some people who have an emphasis in Scorpio are claiming that they're feeling some sort of gloomy depression or something coming over them recently, and they're attributing it to the Mercury now in Scorpio. And being a Mercury and Scorpio person myself, and it being conjunct with Pluto, which obviously would be in Scorpio, and it would emphasize it even more, I don't feel what they're talking about. But I also have been diagnosed with APD, so the emotional empathy aspect isn't something that is my strong suit. So I was looking at the transits for today. And you can actually go to planetwatcher.com if you ever just want to see where the planets are actually at. I know astro.com has a little board on the side that tells you, but this is a little bit more visual, and if you're trying to learn how to read a natal chart, it's a little better to reference this sort of graph instead of just having somebody list it out for you. So if you can see right here, there is the Mercury so you can see right here, here's Mercury in Scorpio right there, and it's trining Neptune. So some associations I actually was looking up, and this is a good book I recommend, by the way. It doesn't have a lot of technique of interpretation, but it's more or less like a thesaurus for medical astrology. And in here it says one of the associations is, where'd it go? Depressive psychosis, Neptune and Mercury. So Scorpio emphasizes the gloom and doom, obviously, and then Neptune and Pisces just emphasizes disease. And I actually have a couple of relatable things here. Let's see. Brain disease, the illness, malignant, and I have like the definition of malignant right here. Causing harm, suffering, distress, ill will. Those are, sort of geared towards another rant or whatever I'm going to do. But it has to do with the nervous system and mental processes and psychoses. So it's actually the trine with Scorpio, Mercury, and Neptune and Pisces that's causing this sort of distress or discomfort or any kind of depressive slump that people are experiencing right now. So this aspect transit started on the 4th, today. So it started on the 4th here, and by the 9th of this month, which is just in 5 days from now, the trine is no longer going to be there. But the moon will then be in Scorpio, and it will be conjunct with Mercury that will then trine Neptune again. So that feeling will come back probably more intense than it is now, especially for anybody who has moon in Scorpio. And that goes on, obviously, for the 2-day duration that the moon takes to go through a sign. And then that looks like that's it for any Mercury squares with Neptune. But the actual mentality that's causing that, or the aspect energy, might linger a little longer for some people, especially if you have a strong Saturn signature, because as I've said in previous transit videos, we have that Neptune and Saturn square going on right now. So since those are kind of the collective planets, more or less, that's going to have a longer lingering effect on things. So that's what's going on with that. And so I'll also talk about, if anybody's interested, the squares with Saturn and Neptune and how that's going to affect people psychologically here soon. I'm hoping I can get all the information out for Neptune and Pisces first, and then I'll go ahead and address the Saturn associations too. So thanks, guys. Just wait it out. If you're going to self-medicate, remember too that intoxication and poisoning yourself is associated with Neptune. So try not to self-medicate as much, but just hang in there, and hopefully this will fade away by December. I'm shooting for December.